Welcome to the Lunar Lowdown with me, Sally Nerney. This is the lowdown for the new moon of Monday, October 8th, where we find the sun and the moon together in the final degrees of Virgo, the Divine Mother, the zodiacal being who holds the mysteries of rebirth, of nourishment, discernment, metabolizing everything that comes in and letting go of what doesn't serve, keeping the nourishment that rebuilds the system. As usual, friends, I've dropped in to see what the star beings once shared for this new moon, but I have to admit, these are strange times. I guess what I want you to know is that I visioned some weeks previous. I find the information today so relevant to where we are in our culture. As I dropped in, I found myself seated on the ground. Dark skirts spread around me. And it was dusk. And the fireflies were rising up from the land and floating off. And it became dark, inky black. And I could perceive out of the corner of my eyes the wolves in the forest, their eyes glittering, the monsters in the woods, the creatures whose form I didn't fully know, who were lurking, perhaps threatening me. This is what felt so apt, arriving here today. Fear is such an available choice these days, justifiably so. Yet the resources of the unseen worlds have brought a message through perfectly for this time, that as I sat within that complete darkness, with unknown beings lurking in the edges of my awareness, I was not afraid. Instead, I recognized this as the darkness of the void out of which all things come, this infinitely creative space out of which everything arises. My point is, I was not afraid. And instead of contracting into my material self, I let go into the void, knowing that I could simply unbe, rest into this incredibly generative, creative space. This place is a mystery that the dark Divine Mother knows. And she guides us there this new moon. After some time of unbeingness, there arose spontaneously a spark of light that glinted off of my dress, and I knew that this was the light of my own flame of being, indestructible and arising from the void. And as soon as I made that realization, my whole being recrystallized around that flame, and I came back into density, into fullness, into life, into earthiness once again, but changed, renewed. The point of this exercise with the star beings was this: we have an amazing elasticity of consciousness. And while we are indeed bound to this flesh, and we are receiving the sensations of this amazing earth place with its sights, sounds, sensations, tastes, and feelings, with our consciousness, we can reach into amazing places and unbe, to rest, to put down the temporary constraints of our personality, to put down our identity formed through our earthiness. And if to unbe is a great stretch for you. The star beings reminded me there are middle stations along the way, such as imaging yourself to your favorite place in nature, traveling with your consciousness to sit at the foot of your favorite tree. The Virgin Mother asks us to travel here, to practice our skill of elasticity of consciousness that is our birthright as a human being, because we are creators, just like the Divine Mother, where the sun and moon sit now. We must practice and strengthen our ability to create with our consciousness. This is a vital skill, perhaps now more than ever. What matters is taking back your consciousness. You must take back the creative power of your consciousness that has been hijacked, even stolen, by the torrential onslaught of media, images, and entertainment. We are divine creators. We are divine circles, wombs of creativity, generative vessels. And this moon cycle asks you to check in with how you are using that sacred skill that is your birthright as a starry being clothed in matter. Within this moon cycle, do your best to meet the overwhelming darkness with the elasticity of your consciousness that knows how to travel to places of nourishment and how to unbe, to rest and reform around that deep wisdom of your own flame of being, indestructible and shining within you always. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Oh.